Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube universe, what is going on with you? On this Thursday afternoon, it is Thursday, April 27th, 2023, 4:05 p.m. California time. I am, of course, your always gracious host, Fallon from GoNootropics.com, coming at you with the Yerba Mate. Cheers. Good to see all of your beautiful faces here at the Enterprise. Drop a comment, let us know how you're doing, what is going on with you. Today is a special announcement. My new book about quitting Kratom is out. It is officially on Amazon. I will put a link below for you guys to pick up this book for $9. This is the book I've been talking about, the book I've been writing for many months, editing myself for many months, and after going back and forth with Amazon for quite some time, the book is now officially published, and you can get it into your hands for the low, low price of $9. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the book, aptly named Kratom, A Glass Half Empty. And as you can see, this is a real book indeed. You know, I was perusing some of the available Kratom books that are on Amazon, and they all read like pamphlets. And there's really no book on Kratom about quitting Kratom. It's all, positive benefits of Kratom, how to take Kratom. So this is the first of its kind now available. For those of you wanting to quit Kratom, this includes it all. This is my personal memoir without getting too long and drawn out. My own personal history with Kratom, how I used and abused Kratom, my eventual decision to come off of Kratom, how I did it, quitting Kratom, supplements, arming yourself with the psychological knowledge necessary to make a firm decision to quit. This is the book. This is the Quitting Kratom book, now available. Super excited to get this out to you guys. This book is pretty much my entire thoughts downloaded into a paperback book. There is no ebook available. I want paperback copies out there in the world. I may release an ebook version sometime in the future, but for now it's a paperback. For the price of a Whopper Junior value meal at Burger King, you could pick up this book. And if you're somebody struggling with Kratom, this book is going to help you. This book is absolutely going to help you. This book is for, and I explain this in the introduction of the book, this book is not for, Sally Slip Disc. This is what I'm calling these types of people nowadays, is these people who benefit from Kratom. I call them Sally Slip Disc. There was this woman in my YouTube comments the other day getting very vocal about, why would you say this about Kratom? And, all you guys are addicts and this and that. Kratom is the miracle plant. And you've heard this before, right? How many times have you heard that Kratom is the miracle plant? These people, Sally Slip Disc, they develop some type of medical condition, some type of pain, and they're using Kratom in as a replacement for pharmaceutical opioids. Good on them. And I explain it in the book. This book is not for you. This book is not for Sally Slip Disc. This book is not for you're 60, 70 years old using Kratom a few times a day to manage your pain. This book is not for you. I'm glad you use Kratom. This book is for people like me. You're a chronic self-medicator. You're an addict. You found Kratom. It replaced these other more harmful substances in your life. And now you just want to get off of Kratom. You're tired of it, man. You're tired of Kratom. You're taking upwards of 20, 50 grams a day for no reason. You're more or less young and healthy, like me. There's no reason for you to be taking Kratom. And you found out that Kratom is actually very addictive. It created a deep dependence inside of you. It's making you feel worse. And, how do you come to terms with quitting once you get hooked on Kratom? I know that this book is not going to be received well by the Sally Slipped discs of the world. Sally slipped her disc. She's using Kratom. But Sally also wants to shut down the conversation about people who struggle with Kratom, people who don't have pain, people who are using Kratom. They're addicted to Kratom. They found it. Every smoke shop sells this stuff, right? And they developed a dependence. We developed an addiction to Kratom. And now here we are. This is our story. This book right here, and I called it Kratom, A Glass Half Empty, because it describes our experience. Kratom becomes, in the beginning, it's a glass half full. And in the end, it's a glass half empty, baby. It just really is. So this story, this book, speaks to our experience. It does not speak to your experience, Sally Slip Disc. All of us are happy that you're using Kratom in this way. You're very regimented with your dosing cycle. You take it as needed. But some of us, we just can't play that game. We go all the way, baby. We go all the way. We self-medicate. We become addicted. And so this is our story. This book is for the self-medicator. This book is for the person addicted to Kratom, wanting to come off. They don't need the Kratom. You've come to a point in your journey that Kratom has just ran its course, and this book might serve as just something that is going to just mirror your experience, because everywhere you go, people are talking about the positives of Kratom. And it's like, if you mention any kind of like a negative thing about it, or you mention its addictive pharmacology, which I discuss in the book as well, Kratom's very addictive pharmacology. If you bring any of that stuff up, it's like they shut that conversation down. They shut the conversation down. They don't want to hear it. And one of these attributes of these people who like Sally slipped her disc and is using Kratom, is these people on Kratom don't want to talk about the addictive pharmacology of Kratom, the drug-like nature of Kratom, how easy it is to become dependent on something like Kratom, how easy it is to get hooked, and they don't want to discuss that. They don't want to call Kratom a drug, because they don't want that stigma attached to them. So they say things like, it's impossible to get addicted. It's impossible to become dependent on Kratom. Kratom is not a drug. And you're really told by the Kratom community, aren't you, that this thing is just totally safe, that this thing is just totally benign, and what are you doing? Your story does not matter. Your story about Kratom addiction doesn't matter. You're blowing things out of proportion. You're just talking a bunch of smack for no reason. And that's how the Kratom community treats people who want to talk about Kratom in any other light than, the godsend plants, right? So this book is called Kratom, A Glass Half Empty, available now. 113 pages. You guys, avid readers out there, will read this in a day, no problem. The rest of you, it might take 2 days, 3 days. The chapters are set up so it's not like a story that you gotta follow. You could kind of flip to any chapter that like strikes your interest and just read. And this is my experience using Kratom. This is my experience becoming addicted, how I used it, how I found out about it. My many years of taking Kratom, right? Moderating at first, and then eventually finding out that I just couldn't moderate my Kratom. And this is in the book too, The Myth of Moderation. The Myth of Moderation. I moderated for a long time until I just cracked and I couldn't. And then I'd go back, I'd quit Kratom for a long time, not a long time, maybe a couple weeks. And I would inevitably find myself back on Kratom. I'd find myself, moderating for a little bit and then finding out that I just couldn't expend the amount of willpower necessary to keep that up. And just a story of eventually coming to terms with this thing with Kratom and deciding that I had to come off just for good. Just for good. This was not something that I wanted in my life anymore. A lot of you guys are at that level. You don't want the Kratom in your life. So this book is going to mirror your experience in a sea filled with, the godsend plant, miracle cure, this and that. This is going to speak to just the other side of Kratom that many people experience and that many people just get shut down for talking about, So pick up this book. Maybe you're not into Kratom, but you want to support the enterprise. Pick up the book. It's $9. Do me a favor, leave a review. Give it some stars on Amazon if you like the enterprise, if you like these videos. Pick up the book, leave a review. And I'm not going to harp on you guys too much. I'm not going to shill this book every single day. I'm going to mention it a couple times. But I would like to get a number of these books in your guys' hands and have you guys leave reviews. This book has been up on Amazon for a number of days. It's already been selling copies. It sells about 3 or 4 copies a day since I put it up. I haven't even told anybody about it, but these people are buying this book. And hopefully with good intentions, There was one other book that kind of alluded to Kratom's darker side. And, people go on there, they leave a 1-star review, and they say, oh, this person is lying. Kratom is not addictive. Kratom does not produce dependence. So I want to get it to you guys so you guys can juice the algorithm over there. Because if it gets a bunch of these 1-star reviews, it's just going to go into obscurity. So I'd appreciate you guys picking up the book. If you'd like to support the enterprise, $9, the cost of a Whopper Junior value meal at Burger King. Pick up the book, leave a review. Even if you don't read it, just pick it up. If you want to support me, support what I do here on this channel, that would be much appreciated. But for those of you struggling with Kratom and you enjoy the things I talk about in these videos about Kratom, this book is for you. And reading it is going to empower you to come off Kratom and make a firm decision and make quitting Kratom a lot easier. So that is the video of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, FallonGoNootropics.com. As always, appreciate you guys, appreciate your support. Super happy to finally get this book out there to you guys, and we will see what the future holds. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I will see you very soon. Peace.